Okay, let's take a look at the last kata of the Kionkoshi Sampo. This one is called Jumonji no Kata. Now, Jumonji, J-U, is it means cross. So it's cross line posture. Ichi manji, ichi one, ju cross, manji line, etc. Anyway, so this uses Jumonji no Kamae. So Jumonji no Kamae, there are a couple different variations of this. For this kata, it's going to start with the feet roughly hip width apart, and the knees bent, the back is straight. Your arms cross in front of the body, and your elbows should be out. You're not like this. You're out like this, facing the opponent. Because if you're like this, it's easy for somebody to just press that and then you're caught up. Here, you're pointing the elbows out at the opponent. Not up like this where your shoulders are up in the air, but just kind of relaxed shoulders. This is like about that much of a bend right there. The hands themselves, I've seen this version, I've seen this version. Honestly, I prefer to have these up because it's a statement. If you think of terms of kamae as being an expression, that's an expression. But also you want to think of armor, right? Your kote. You're putting, back in the day, the armor would be on the top part or outer part of the forearm and the hand. So you want your armor front facing because you want your armor to be protecting you, right? If you're like this, then how's your armor protecting you? Plus, in the case of anything coming at you, things going to glance off and get you, but if you're here, it's more of like a fence. It's a fence, like a fence. So from here, now your thumbs, again, you're not doing, hey, that kind of thing. You're not, it's just like this. It's just a nice straight thumb. Not tight-fisted, just kind of relaxed, but a nice, good straight thumb here and here. And then the elbows out. In our class, we'll go by and push. It shouldn't compress to your body. So if you're down like this, then elbows compress to your body. If they're up too high, then they can be lifted up. You're just kind of where it goes back into the body. So Jumonji. So feet here, feet here. The other variation on this is just very simply as an extension of Ichimonji. We have Ichimonji here. And then you just bring this in, so the elbow's pointing on the same line here, still up, and the elbows are still up, and you're just like this. But for this kata, you're flat facing. So, this one uses a type of receiving called daken uke. Daken uke to strike. So, daken, striking. The first move on this is, again, going to be depth, angle, distance, right? So depth, angle, distance, and strike. So this happens all simultaneously. So you're actually striking as you're moving back. So it's interesting when you look at these three kata, because at Jumonji no Kata, you started with distance and then used striking to open up as you move through. In Jumonji, or in Hicho no Kata, you don't have the luxury of distance, so you're using your uke in timing to create that disruption. This one, you're actually using both. You're using distance and timing together. So in here, as you go to move back, you, again, depth, angle, distance, right? So you depth, angle, distance back, and strike. And the strike for this is going to be more like a chudon. So the elbow is going to come down, the fist is going to be roughly shoulder height, and you're going to do this with your fist. Because you're striking with these knuckles. You're hitting the inside of their arm with your knuckles. So if I'm like this, flat, it's just going to be a flat impact. And you can damage your wrist on the bones inside. People have, this bone that's right here. You can actually break your wrist. So what you're trying to do is you're doing this motion. So as you attack that, you like flick that into it. So you're just hitting that arm to get their arm to do that. Boom. You're just attacking that arm. So as you shift and do that, right? Then what that does is that actually lines up the thumb. See? So if I'm like this, my thumb is lined up now with the forearm. Because the next thing that happens after that is I'm then going to, with my knee, I'm going to relax this forward knee, not push off here, but relax my forward knee to allow gravity to bring me forward, and I thrust the thumb in. Thrust the thumb, right? So the thumb is going to go into a kyusho called kimon. There are two. There's ura and mote. So ura kimon is roughly at like the nipple line, goes underneath into the armpit, and then mote kimon is at the top of the pectoral, right up here. So you're going for ura kimon. So you're going for that. And if you feel there, you'll feel a bone that kind of runs circular, like a bra, underwire of a bra, that same kind of line right there. And it's right where that goes in. That's where that kyusho is. So you're gunning for that, right? So you're back, you hit that, project that in. This is going to stay to guard your neck, because that's where they were, right? So it's here, you hit that. Then this next part is going to be to transition back, because you just stunned them. So do that. You're going to soften this rear leg, allow yourself to sink more so that you can transition back without pushing off on this rear leg. So you open this and turn this rear foot out. I don't know if you can see that. You turn that rear foot out to allow yourself to come back. And once you do that, then you're going to pull this leg back, and while that's happening, from here, this is going to come up and kind of flick up to come up over the head, like this, right? So it's, and then this comes back. So this is a Jujiruki. This is here. Then you're going to take this foot and this hand and bring here. And then you go into a second one, because there's two punches. So I continue turning, and I block, strike, cover, back. And now I'm back to the beginning. So there's two strikes to this. So in the beginning, take kamae, get your distance, strike, 1, 2, 3, over, 1, 2, 3, over. 3 parts, right? There's the 3 parts. So it's the dakenuke, it's part 1. Boshiken, that's what this is called, Boshiken. Boshiken. Then, I'm not really sure what this is called. You can say kosei no kamae, but really it's more of just like cover and retreat, right? So you're covering, retreating, and going to kamae. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can speed this up and do it with a little work on the transitioning, but just be careful. But if you wanted to kind of have some fun with it, you can just do this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you can just keep going back and back. But I really want you to focus on those parts first, the individual parts, getting these little things right, how to move from here to here and create that, how to get your kamae correct, where your elbows are. You don't want to get sloppy. It's not this. As you sink on one line, elbows stay up. As you transition, you want to make sure that your transition is good. Make sure your ski is good. Make sure your cover is good. You want to really pay attention to all those little details. Get those parts right first. Just focus on that. Anyway, there you go. The next set of kata are going to go into the torite goho that are going to be grappling. I don't have a partner, but You can still practice these without a partner, and I will show you that in the next set of videos. So keep training. Let me know if you have any questions.